Good evening, friends. Mark Holmes here. As always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Got finished with my live stream tonight. Hey, always have fun. Always have fun hanging with you guys. I feel like I am like in an auditorium with about 300 or so of my best friends. And it gets live, it gets heated and stuff, and it's kind of cool. What I'm learning though is you can't please everybody. I get people to come in and say, you talk about the Eagles too much, or you talk about defending Dak Prescott. Well, quite frankly, I'm trying to set the record straight. Let me tell you a little story here. My dad used to be, when I would come home sometimes, my dad would get into the oldie but goodie mood. My dad still has today some of the 33s. These are records, vinyls. 33s and 45s. 45s, okay? In fact, my mom used to have, it was you won't understand this, but it used to be that record players and TVs were a piece of furniture. The record player we had was literally about 6 feet long, okay? It was made out of wood. It had a top that opened up, and there was the record player right in there. It played 33s, 45s, and I think it actually had a switch on it for 22. I think it was 22. I don't remember ever seeing a 22 speed record, but we used to have the yellow pieces that would go into the 45, so that way they would fit the single spindle on there. And then the dials for the radio were right in there, so it was AM, FM, and it was stereo, so it had two, speakers that were in there in the wood cabinet. But it was solid wood furniture. Seriously. But I remember from time to time, my dad would get into his oldie but goodie mood. And we had this, it was a ship that was a clock. So it was wood, I think it was mahogany, and then it had metal sails that were on it, and it lit up. So you turn the lights on, so you had the little window ports and stuff, so it would be like red and white colors and everything else. So it was kind of like a mood lighting. And my dad would get in the recliner, and he'd get a little bit of that homemade wine in there, or maybe a little taste of some whiskey or something. And he'd start playing oldie but goodie songs. I mean, like Otis Redding. Sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Or like the Chain Gang. That's the sound of the men working on the chain gang. I'll let you know that's the sound of the men working on the chain gang. All day long I work so hard till the sun is going down. Give me water, I'm thirsty. I work so hard. Okay, classics. But a song, it hit me when I came out here that one of the songs that really reminds me about what's going on right now with the Dak Prescott situation. It's a classic song, and what I want you to do is I want you to look this up. It's a song by the OJs, Backstabbers. They smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place for backstabbing. And that's what I feel like we got going on right now. Because, see, here's the funny thing. The old saying, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Because you have people in life that are always going to act like they're your friend. Hey, man, hey, you're my dog, man. You're my buddy. But they will throw your ass under the bus. And you have a lot of people that are snakes in the grass that if they can better themselves on top of you, they certainly will. That's a backstabber. They smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. They're backstabbers. That's right. So when you sit here and hear people like Chris Sims, failed NFL quarterback, Dan Orlovsky, really failed quarterback, and some of these other people out there that have never ever been a Dallas Cowboy fan, do you think that they're actually trying to give advice to the Dallas Cowboys to make them better? That we're trying to tell you what you're doing wrong so you will win the Super Bowl. Do you think that's their actual objective? That they want you to be successful, to see you hold up the Lombardi trophy. And that's why they're telling you all these, oh, your quarterback, he's a straight up bum. You'd be better off without him. Are you thinking that they're telling you that because they think that actually that will make you better and be more successful? Because they smile in your face all the time. They want to take your face for backstabbing. Backstabbing. They're not here because they're trying to help us. What they're trying to do is divide us. They're trying to put doubt in your mind. They're trying to convince you that what you see isn't real. They're picking and choosing little things and shading the reality. They're bending it. They're using mirrors to make you realize or make you think what you see isn't real. So you got to understand the way they manipulate things. They'll give you a partial picture. I'll give you an example. Colin Cowherd, the Dallas Cowboys, best offensive line in football. Do you really believe that last year that the Dallas Cowboys were the best offensive line in football? Do you believe over the last couple of years that the Dallas Cowboys offensive line has been the best in football? You could make that argument back 2014, 2015, maybe 2016. But do you think that any offense that had Chaz Green starting for games is ever the greatest offense in football? La'el Collins, last year was his first year that he was really good. Connor Williams has been injured both of his years that he's been here. We've reshuffled the offensive line in 2018 where we had different offensive lines starting. You had Zach Martin, who was on one leg most of the season. You had Joe Looney starting for Travis Frederick. You had Connor Williams get hurt. And then you had Xavier Salafalo who had to come in. Then Zach Martin gets hurt. And then Connor Williams has come back from injury to take over for Zach Martin. And it wasn't like La'el Collins played all pro. And part of that time, Tyron Smith had Cam Fleming starting for him. So I go back to that and say, do we really have the best offensive line in football? Even last year, we're getting Travis Frederick back. Part of the reason why Travis Frederick retired was because he said, I'm not playing at the level that I used to play at. And again, Connor Williams went out again. And when they tell you, oh, when he lost Tyron Smith, that he wasn't the same. Oh, when he lost Zeke Kelly. We lost those two guys at the same time. 6 games. And we still went 3-3 without Zeke. 500. And then they'll say, oh, well, he's got great talent around him and stuff. But when we didn't have great talent, we heard them say, oh, but you have to elevate the people around you. But that's not what they say about Carson Wentz when Carson Wentz didn't have the numbers last year. When he was dinking and dunking, oh, he doesn't have people around him. It's like, wait. You're not even consistent in your arguments. We literally heard Pro Football Focus say, well, Carson Wentz statistics are better than what they look because his players drop passes. Yet, they don't do that with Dak Prescott, who had 11 more drop passes than Carson Wentz did. Because they smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place. They're backstabbing. Backstabbing. Yeah. Check out that song. And I've had many people in my life, many people, that have smiled in my face and behind my back, stabbed me in the back. So before you go through and you listen to a Chris Sims tell you Dak Prescott won $45 million for the last year, he don't want a last year. He wants a 4-year deal. And understand that Kirk Cousins signed a 3-year deal. In 2 years, signed an extension onto it. You may call it greedy. It's nothing greedy about it. It's business. It's the way it goes. And if Dak were to sign a 5-year contract that nobody's doing anymore, I think the last 5-year deal was Matt Ryan. Russell Wilson signed a 4-year. who had already been paid a big ass contract before. Kirk Cousins signed a 3 and a 2. Jared Goff, Carson Wentz signed 4-year deals. So why is it we expect Dak to take something that nobody else is? I believe it's the Dallas Cowboys actually getting this put out there. So when the deals gets done, and instead of them saying, "Oh, we caved," say, "He wanted 45, we settled for 35." Watch what I tell you. I can tell you, the Cowboys are sweating a lot more than Dak Prescott is right now. Contrary to what the backstabbers are saying. Let me tell you, I appreciate all you guys and girls, even you haters and trolls. You guys help me get through the day. And I'm going to make sure that every day I work that much harder to make sure that I either piss you the hell off, trolls, or make you guys happy. Be safe this weekend. Keep your distance. We still got a long ways to go with this thing. I'll see you guys first thing in the morning. I got a lot of work to do in the shop. They smile in your face all the time. They want to take your place for backstabbing. Backstabbing. Do 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 do. What they doing?